friends. My name is Marina and welcome to Strawberry Patches podcast episode number 112. As usual, you can find me on Ravelry as Marina Toys and Instagram is Marina Hoja and Strawberry Patches. And I'm coming to you from New Zealand, where I live with my family of 2 girls and my husband. I dye yarn, I knit, and I create these videos to inspire you and to craft with fiber. I'm a Haunui-holic, which we will talk about it in a little bit. I also have an online shop called Strawberry Patches Yarns, and today there will be a lot of stuff because I haven't been here for a while, but I want to keep it short, so fingers crossed it will work. So welcome. I think today we're going to talk about the Kiwi makealong, which I started with some of the other amazing podcasters, which is coming to the end of it. It's coming to the end at the end of this month, and that means that soon we're going to announce the winners. Also in this program, I want to do the August club reveals and just share with you what I've been dyeing, making, and planning to do. Let's start. Of course, it would make it logical to start with what I'm wearing. What I'm wearing today it's a little bit too hot now because this yarn has some alpaca in it, but I finished it a while ago and then I kind of stuck it in a cupboard. Now I took it out and I absolutely love it. This is the Sonetta top by Yamagara, and I did a test knit for it and I absolutely loved making it. Although this sort of wrap stitches that make this beautiful little flower, they were kind of making the process slower, but the result is stunning. The ribbing at the hem and this lovely detail is just wonderful. I totally recommend this pattern. Now, on to the finished objects. As you know, or you might not know, every month I've decided I'm going to make a gnome, and I succumbed to Sarah Shearer's Year of Gnomes, and this is my August gnome. I used up the Year of Gnome mini set club that I dyed for August, and no, not August. It must be July, because I'm still making my August one. Yes, sorry guys. This was my July gnome. I am working on my August one still, and I will show you that in a bit. But I used up all the 4 colors that came in that set. It was a light teal, a darker teal, a brown, and this lovely kind of salmony pink, orange, whatever you call it. And then I used some white because I wanted the nose to be white. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. The pattern was, it's one of the Sarah Shearer's patterns. I will put the name of the exact pattern at the bottom so that you can find it. Also, you can find everything that I mentioned in the description box below with the links to the Ravelry project pages, if you're that interested. So this is my first finished object. Let's do the knitting first, right? So I did show these socks in my previous podcast, which was kind of a special episode dedicated to the knitting retreat in New Zealand. And I did show them briefly there, but I wanted to kind of spotlight them again because they are such amazingly fun and quick knit. They are made in the DK weight sock yarn, which means there's 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. And this fun yarn base is called Zebra DK because you can see these black stripes. They came in the yarn. So when the yarn is plied, in some parts there is white and white thread plied together, in some parts it's black and white. It creates this zebra effect. And I dyed it in one of my club's Mermaid Treasure Club colorways. What's it called? You've Got to Be Squeeding Me. You've Got to Be Squeeding Me. I thought it was a fun name, and I love that colorway so much that I dyed it on DK. Totally addictive knit. And this is my just vanilla pattern, which I kind of eyeballed how many stitches I need. I think it was 44. Yeah. And I finished another pair of socks actually. These were at the beginning of the Kiwi make-along. I cast on these socks just using my scraps from the previous Year of Gnomes mini sets. And after making those gnomes, I still had a lot left. So I kind of combined them all and kind of striped them and made these socks, which I think this is the good side, because this side you can kind of see the color change. I didn't do a very good job because I was carrying that aubergine color throughout and then I changed colors. Anyways, who cares? These socks are for me. Again, my vanilla pattern. And I just did, I think, 7 rounds of each color and a stripe of 2 rounds in between to kind of tie it all up together. And these were fun. It's a good way to see all the colorways that I had, to see them knit up in small samples. And also it's fun. There will be a lot of green stuff today. Another thing that I did, actually I finished so much because actually I haven't seen you guys in a long time. Let me kind of jump into the news a little bit. So if you live in New Zealand, you probably know of this amazing designer. Her designer name is Pekka Pekka Design Studio. Yeah. And her real name is Kelly van Niekerk, and she is just amazingly popular with baby garment designs. And I have knitted the Quaint Lady K. I remember the little pink top that I did for my little daughter last episode I showed you. So of course my oldest wanted the pink top as well, and I obliged. I made this sort of longer than the pattern calls for because I know that they usually grow in height and not in width. And I used up my hand spun yarn held together with mohair. I think it was, I can't remember what mohair, but it's on my Ravelry page. And here it is. I think it turned out beautiful. The pattern is Mud Puddles by Pekka Pekka Design Studio or Kelly van Niekerk. And I added these buttons. She actually chose the buttons. I let them choose the buttons and the color of the yarn. And these buttons I did at the knitting retreat, maybe in 2021. Yeah, I made these buttons myself from polymer clay. It was one of the classes at the retreat. So that was fun. I finally got to use those buttons and I think they work beautifully with this color. And yeah. So Kelly and I had a little chat and she agreed to do sort of a collaboration with me, which means that I am going to make little kits of yarn and her pattern. So we had an agreement. She allowed me to sell her patterns with a commission. And now I'm going to kind of at shows and online, I'm going to show what you can make with my yarn using her patterns. And yeah, if you're interested in making something like that or another one that I'm going to show you, do message me because I can put together the yarn and the pattern for you. Another of her wonderful designs that I have agreed to collaborate with her on is the rainbow trout hat, which comes in, I think, 5 sizes and 2 yarn weights. It's in worsted and in DK weight, and it looks beautiful in variegated yarn. So this is my sprinkled ube gelato yarn, which is actually a DK sock yarn. It has silver stellina in it and it has nylon, which means that it will be super sturdy. You can totally make socks with this yarn, but I think the hat looks absolutely fantastic. Then I also used up this little, where is it? Cat leather tag that I also have in my shop. I need to put it in my shop actually, but I just Love how it looks. Let me put this hat on. My husband says it's not my style, and I don't mind, but I thought it's just a beautiful hat. And actually Lily has tried this hat on and she wouldn't take it off. She loved it so much, especially I think because of this kitty little leather label. So Rainbow Trout Hat by Kelly van Niekerk is another pattern that I will have available for you together with my yarn. That's not all. There's gonna be a lot of baby knits in this episode. I really wanted something quick, and I wanted to make a garment, but I kept making swatches. It didn't work. Anyways, just to have some instant gratification, I made up an entrechat pattern, which is my sixth one of these patterns. This one is knitted in the peach ice cream colorway, and it was immediately claimed by my youngest, Lily. She looks really, really cute in it. She picked this button, and it's such a fun little knit that the people that I showed it to that have knitted, they keep saying, yes, we have done it multiple times. It's the Entrechat by Lisa Chemery, or Frogginette, and it's the fingering weight version. I'm planning to do also a DK version, so more on that soon. It's just lovely how this little band here of, is it a slip stitch? Oh no, I can't remember how I did this stitch, but isn't it lovely? Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous and a perfect gift or a quick something to do if you want to make your granddaughters, daughters, friends, goddaughters happy. Now, on to works in progress. As you might remember, I have been working on my Mighty Oak shrug, which was another cast on for the Kiwi makealong. And I am making it in my hand-spun Haunui. Remember how I said I'm a Haunui-holic? Yes, I am, because I want to surround myself with Haunui wool. So this was my hand-spun. I still have, how many? 3 more balls to go. I think that's plenty, because if not, I still have some that I can spin. And this is how far I've got. Not too much, right? But the thing is, even though it is mindless, I keep making mistakes because I am watching something and knitting, and then I find out, oh no, I've done a purl row instead of a knit row or something, or I did too many rows. But this design is by Bronwyn Carol, and it's a shrug. So it goes, I think there's 4 more of these panels, and then it will be something like this. I think it will be absolutely fantastic when it's finished, but I'm afraid it will be too warm to wear it then. So I kind of lost steam on that a little bit, but then I do work on it sometimes. Oh, I forgot to show you something. So I have added some new cute little needle stoppers. So needle stoppers are these little guys that you put on your needles to prevent your needles from poking through your project bag or just the stitches running away. And these little doggies are so cute. And yeah, they are good for needle sizes from 3 up, and my needles are higher sharps, so they're perfect. I also added some little snowmen. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not on the snowmen, but here they are, and they are in the shop as well. Yeah, it's, for some of you, winter is coming before you know it. So that's why, for me as well, in my mind, I always think about August as end of summer instead of August being end of winter. because we are in New Zealand and not in Russia anymore. Did I tell you I'm from Russia? Maybe you don't even care. But yeah, I have traveled so much, but somehow, like, I haven't lived in Russia since 2010. That's 15 years. But somehow the months and the times of year have been drilled into my head so strongly that I can never, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear, for example, September is autumn. For me, it's probably always going to be autumn. Anyways, moving on, right? As I said, I'm making an August gnome, and for this one, as I said, I have decided to make a gnome each month, and I'm using my Year of Gnomes August colorway, which is this beautiful kind of periwinkle with some green and yellow with some green speckles and this variegated skein. And I'm making gnoddy from this wonderful book by Sarah Shearer called The Gnomes of Grimblewood. This little guy, also gnoddy. So this is who I'm making because I wanted to use all the 4 colors, and I think for the head is finished, and I think I might do the pompon in green or yellow, and the body is going to be purple, and this part is probably going to be yellow. So, to be continued. Stay tuned. Next thing that I wanted to show you is my 2 pairs of almost finished socks. Well, actually one I don't need to show you because you've seen it. Another one I have finished making the tubes. Well, sort of tubes. And this yarn is by Sarah from the Narrative Yarns. What is wrong with me today? Sorry. This is Narrative Yarns by Sarah, who is in Christchurch. It's called Berries and Custard. It's her self-striping yarn, absolute joy to knit. And this was in my car for all the times that I'm waiting for someone. And finally, I've done, all I need to do is cut in the heels. And yeah, really soon to be finished, maybe even this month. I'm using usually the tutorial that the Crazy Sock Lady does for her Afterthought heel. And it works like a dream. So that's one evening worth of making. Well, since I already mentioned, I have to do the same on these guys, which I finished back in, I don't know, June, May, a long time ago. They need to be done because I really want to free up my needles and my project bags. Speaking of sock tubes, I have something else to show you, which is so exciting. So at the knitting retreat, I showed you Kylie, who has started like a new business venture called the Sock Engineer. And she has an amazing sock machine where she's able to make up sock tubes with fingering weight yarn. And she does them in men's size and women's size. So the women's size is 64 stitches and the men's is, I think, maybe 72. I'm not sure. But anyways, during the retreat, I gave her 2 50-gram bowls and she's made up these amazing sock tubes for me. This is my colorway Fresh Frosty Air. This one is Starbursts. And yeah, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to divide it in 2, knit up some ribbing toes and do a cutting toe. Basically the same thing as I'm doing with these guys. So there's gonna be a lot of socks. Actually, I don't need that many socks. I do wear socks a lot, but I usually tend to put them on and forget to change. Well, I do change them. It's just that I tend to wear the same ones. But I really wanted to see how my colorways knit up, and I think they're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And plus, this machine knits up much tighter than what I would do, which makes for long, hard-wearing socks. Oh, so squishy. wonderful. And at the knitting retreat that I'm going to, the second one in September, Kylie's going to be there again, and she's going to do the class of her cutting, how to make socks from the sock tube. That's exciting. Right. Is that all of my works in progress? Kind of. Oh, another finished object that I didn't talk about. Oops, sorry. But it is sewing. So, ta-da! Marina started to sew. And I'm enjoying it immensely because I was always intimidated by sewing. My mom and my sister are the ones who are sewists in our family. Somehow I was always the knitter and they kind of refused to knit. I don't know why. They say they don't have enough patience for it, but like, hello, doesn't sewing require patience as well? Or cross-stitching? Like my mom would do amazing cross-stitching, and I think that requires much more patience than knitting. But anyways, what am I talking about? Sewing. For 4 Mondays, I've been going to our Bayview Community Center, and I took my own fabric for this one. This is my fabric and the one that is inside, and this is some just recycled jeans fabric, which was fun to do. I love recycling things or using up little scraps. So I was given all these handles and the zippers and the little domes for the bag and the zipper from the inside pocket by wonderful Raw, who is our she's the queen of quilting and sewing. Anyway, she's our teacher and enabler, and with her help and the help of the other ladies, I managed to make up a bag, which is super sturdy because there's lots of interfacing inside and reinforcement. And I used up this bird fabric inside, which is super cute, and some other fabric that I bought back when I was making dolls. If you have watched any of my very first videos, you would know that before I considered myself a doll maker, I was into doll making and I did lots of animals and dolls, and I had lots of fabric that recently has been just crammed in a little box, but now it's seeing light finally in the form of some projects. Oh, please ignore these little strings of imperfection. I do realize that I still need to do like top stitch here to kind of maybe do a finished look, but I love this rainbow zipper and the bag. Everybody compliments on the fabric. There are little strawberries here that I thought was just so appropriate to have strawberries. So this is my favorite bag now, of course. Now, since we finally finished with the works in progress and the finished objects, now let's jump into what is in my program? Spinning. Right. There is a video coming of my Tour de Fleece roundup and my spinning, and that's when I will tell you all about it, because otherwise it was going to be too long. As for dyeing, I have dyed up so much this couple of weeks, actually more than a couple of weeks. It's probably been 6 weeks, or yeah, a long time. So first, let me tell you about this yarn. I was obsessed with this color, and I really wanted to dye myself a sweater's quantity and do a sweater for myself. So I did dye up the yarn, and this is just some non-treated Polworth and Merino that I have from Skeins back when they were selling undyed yarn. And I really am into non-superwash yarns at the moment. I like how warm they are, how grippy they are and bouncy. And I made a swatch. Actually, I made 4 swatches now. I don't know if it ever happened to you, but this puzzles me. I made a swatch with, this one is needles number 3. I do 3 little pearl bumps for needle sizes. This is needles number 3. I had another swatch which had 2.7, 2.5, 2.75 in one, And guess what? The amount of stitches in 10 centimeters is the same in all 3 of them. This is crazy. I have no idea what's happening. Maybe my gauge was getting tighter, I guess, because I was going up the needle size and it was still the same amount of stitches. So then I decided that I need to do it even more. I knitted up another swatch in 3.5 and it's drying over there. I haven't checked the gauge yet, but I'm fingers crossed it will be the gauge that I want for the sweater. I just want a plain sweater with a round yoke, not like a high neck, but like more of a, like that. And I just want to knit this color and just get it out of my system because I love it. I feel like it's so gorgeous. And by the way, speaking of dyeing, I dyed it on this base as well. I told you I'm obsessed with it. And 2 of them sold. So this is the Breakfast at Tiffany's, that's what I called it, on the neon base. It's superwash merino and 15% neon Donegal nips, which glow under UV light. Actually, my daughter is having a disco night today at school, so that's where you would wear something like that. Anyway, I dyed up this color, and then a customer who purchased this from me said, oh, would you also have some other colors in the same base? And I was like, ooh, what a great idea, because apparently her grandchildren love neon colors. So I said, sure, I can dye up some more. So I did, and this is what I have in the shop at the moment. These 4 gorgeous colors. This one is called Pink Orchid, Neon Royal Blue, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and this one is Neon Sunshine. And oh, I love them. They would look so great if you make a hat or a little entreshat. That would be great. Also, you could do a funky hat in one of these. Oh, I think the blue would be great in this pattern. What do you think? You can hold it double, or you can go for my DK dyed ones. But just look at that. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh, and also it's so warm. It's so squishy and soft. It's beautiful. So at the moment I have 2 of each, except for the Tiffany, because I had 3 and I already sold 2. So moving on to other things that I've been dyeing, let me show you some of the new fiber that is coming to the shop. This is the BFL, which is not New Zealand fiber, but I've wanted to dye and spin BFL for ages, just on its own, and then make up some socks to see how sturdy that fiber it is for socks. I'm just surprised by how soft this supposedly sturdy fiber is. I mean, it's really, really nice to the touch, and I dyed up this gorgeous sort of spring-like colors. I asked you guys, what colors would you like to see in the shop? And one of you said you want some greens or spring-like colors, and here we are, some greens. There'll be more greens coming. Just a minute, where is that more green coming? Yeah, speak more about fiber. I went all green on this one. There are 3 different greens in this one, and I think it turned out beautiful. This is the proof that I'm a Haunui-holic. This is again my Haunui base, 27 micron of gorgeous natural gray over dyed with green, and look how fabulous it is. If you have ever spun this, you know what I'm talking about. I have 2 of these little green beauties, and they are in the shop already. If you fancy yourself a little bit of green softness, green clouds on your fingers. Now, moving away from the greens, I have gone crazy with this one. At first, I was quite shocked with how bright this one is, because to be honest, I didn't expect the yellow to be so in your face, so neon-y. I knew this was a fluorescent orange when I sprinkled it, but oh my God, it's just so pretty. Yeah. I need to open one for you. I tried with these variegated ones, I tried to have a picture of one of them opened on the website so that you know how the colors, if you are an experienced knitter and you know how to read a skein, you will know that when you look at the open skein, you will know how it is dyed, you will know how it will stripe, well, maybe. But yeah, look at that. It's gorgeous. It has all the colors that probably don't work together, but somehow they do. Somehow they do. I don't have the name for this one yet, but when it's in the shop, maybe when this video is up, you will probably see it. I am thinking it sort of reminds me of Halloween, but not too much, but it's definitely for someone who loves bright colors. And again, wouldn't it be fantastic in a hat like that with those carried yarns in front? It would be amazing in a slip stitch design. Then some more bright colors. If you have watched my August shop update, you will have seen that I have dyed Haunui, of course. Who is surprised that there was a lot of Haunui in that? I have dyed some Haunui in this Phoenix colorway. And the Phoenix colorway has 3 colors, which are red, orange, and purple. And I thought, oh my God, it's so popular, I have to dye it on yarn. And I did. And look how beautiful it looks in a skein. It is amazing. Alana, if you're watching, I think you might like it. So the only thing I did wrong with this one, I added a different purple, and the other purple was more blue, but I think it doesn't matter. This blue is also looking gorgeous. So this one is called, I think I'll call it, oh, I did call it something, fire. Oh, go to the website and check it out and you will see what it's called. Or follow me on Instagram, Strawberry Patches, and I post the, in my stories, I kind of tease you with all the new colorways and I give a link to them on in the stories. So yeah, I'm very excited about this colorway, which is very not like me. I'm not into reds and oranges usually, but I dig it. Oh my God, I don't usually use language like that, but hey, well, who cares? Right, so this was my dyeing, and now I think it's time to do the August reveals. Let's start with the Year of Gnomes colorway reveal. Actually, you will have already seen it. Next thing I want to show is the Mermaid's Treasure Club colorway. So as you've seen, for August, it's this gorgeous blue with some purples and some greens, kind of a speckle throughout, and I kept a few skeins because I dye them in batches, and like if I have more orders than 2 batches, then I need to do a 3rd batch, and there's a lot left, so like 3 more skeins left. Anyway, I have about 3 of these left. One I'm gonna keep for myself, and I'm gonna make something. I need your suggestions because I really don't want to make any more socks. I have enough socks in my life. I was thinking maybe a hat. Oh, I don't know what it is going to be, but something quick and fun. Or maybe a cowl, because I usually do cowls come September, October. Yeah, it's a fun, quick knit, and it's one skein one. So this was the August colorway. I already sent you the September colorways as well, but I cannot show it to you because it's not September and they haven't reached you guys yet. Now let's see August was the last, yes. August was the last time that I sent out the recipe book Fiber Club. And in that box, let's just see the review. Are you ready to open the last of the recipe book Fiber Club? Let's get inside. This is my final letter where I tell you the inspiration behind this colorway, which is a Russian salad called vinaigrette. It's a beetroot salad, which is quite tasty, and I'm inviting you to continue this journey with me in a new format. It will be New Zealand nature inspired. And here's the August colorway. These greens and lilacs and pinks, they work so good together. And there is a little foodie stitch marker for funsies. And this is a New Zealand Corriedale with rayon spots, which is from Fielding, New Zealand. And I hope you like this box and see you in the next fiber adventure. So yes, as I said, this was the last month of that club, but that didn't mean that I stopped making the fiber clubs. I just renamed and did sort of a different concept, and it's called now the New Zealand Nature Fiber Club. And I was so excited to do the first of that. It's a different packaging, kind of a different vibe to it, and different fiber. I wonder if you can guess what fiber I put in this month. I'm not saying it, but it's Haunui. Yes, probably by the time you're watching this, you would have already received your package. Anyway, I will show them to you next time I podcast, which will be very soon because it's the end of Kiwi Makealong, and at the end of this month, we are going to pick the winners from the Instagram hashtag Kiwimal and Kiwimal 2025. I don't remember who, but some of the podcasts are going to be drawing the prizes from there. Me and Alana, I think, and some others probably are going to get prizes from our Ravelry thread, from my Ravelry thread. And by the way, if you have finished something starting from June 1 until August 31, in New Zealand yarn or using a New Zealand designer or both, please enter them fast so that you are in the draw to win a prize. And of course, I'm going to be gifting a prize. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to gift one of these skeins, which was the club colorway, or if by miracle you already have it, we will figure something else out. But I think it will be amazing. I'll throw some other things like little needle stoppers and things. But this will be the prize for the Kiwi Makealong. I hope you like these colors. I am obsessed with this colorway. I just feel it's so gentle and so lovely. So yeah, good luck with that. I hope we're gonna have so many winners, and I will announce them in the next episode, which should be sometime first half of September. That's coming. And in that episode, I will show you the September colorways, clubs. So I told you about the collaborations that I'm making with Kelly van Niekerk from the Pekka Pekka Knits. Just as a reminder, she's the amazing designer behind these wonderful patterns. I have also reached out to Elizabeth Niho from Amikihe Knits. She's our lovely New Zealand-based designer who creates wonderful patterns that many people are knitting, especially for our Kiwi Makealong. So I asked her if she would like some yarn support for one of her patterns, and she said yes. And I sent her some yarn in the colors that she asked, and she said that come end of September, her pattern will be ready for testers, I think, or it will be already released. I don't know. But anyways, here's a little glimpse of what she's making in my yarn, and I'm so excited to see it. It's going to be like a spring summer t-shirt, and of course I'm going to be making kits for this pattern, and that's exciting news. And the last part of news that I wanted to share with you is that my wonderful husband has created kind of like a tool for me on the website where I can create affiliate links. So if you are a media person, if you have a podcast, or if you are on Instagram and you want to do a little collaboration with me, I can give you an affiliate code that you can promote and earn a little bit of money, and also kind of just, you know, share the word about strawberry patches. Just DM me and we can talk about it. At the moment, there are 3 people that have been given this affiliate link, and it works. They are earning money, so great. Okay, now quickly onto acquisitions, and I think that would bring it to the end. So in the knitting retreat video, I showed you that there was a raffle table where there were different prizes to be won, and what I love about these raffles is that the money that is collected through tickets goes to the Middlemore Foundation. So even if you don't win anything, you feel good about it, right? But I was lucky to actually win a prize, and I was one of the first was picked, so I really had an eye on this Jumbo pack that was there. And what I usually do, I braid it all up to see the gradient, and this one is so soft, like it's amazing. So I braided it all up, and it was quite an unusual color. It's hard to see what they are when they're in the bag, but when you braid it, you can see that it goes from green with brown to more green with yellow, and then it transfers to like pinks and yellows and oranges. Look at that. Isn't it fun? And it was how many? 400 grams. That's the Jumbo carding logo, the little cute sheep. So yes, there'll be more spinning, and who knows, maybe I'm going to include a little bit of Haunui in the mix. Oh yes. Okay. So by the time you watch it, there might be not enough green in the shop. I just love it so much. Oh, I love it. I love it. So I don't want this video to be super long, but I'm just so excited to chat with you that I feel like I'm talking to a friend, and a friend who understands. You know, sometimes when we're knitting on this couch here with my husband in the evening, and I finish something which I think is amazing, like I show it to him and he's like, he doesn't give a, he doesn't, you know, he doesn't care. And I'm like, damn it, why don't I have anyone in the family who is a knitter who can appreciate and like wow it, you know? I mean, not that I need someone to wow it, but I want someone to kind of appreciate the effort that goes into dyeing up the wool, skein it, and then choosing the pattern, and then creating this pattern in the way that would, you know, show the best, the yarn and the pattern. Anyway, what is next? Next is the acquisitions, more acquisitions. So as I said to you, I'm now a sewer. Yeah. Says somebody who has only made maybe 2 bags. Oh well, baby steps. So I got so excited about this finished bag that I really just couldn't help it. I love Halloween. So I went to Spotlight because they had massive discounts, and I bought this Halloween fabric, which is so fun. Look at that. Cats, and it's purple. So inside fabric for my bag, I thought had to be purple as well. So I got some purple and more cats. I love cats. Can you tell I love cats? I used to have a cat throughout my life. It's only the last years that I'm here that I don't have a cat. Before that, I've had cats all my life. But yeah, I think this will be fun to make. This will be, what I'm planning to do is doing something like a drawstring. Where is it? Sort of like this size or maybe bigger drawstring bag. Yeah, I think so. Using this fabric. Then I was browsing, as you do, and then I found this fabric which has black cats. Yeah, another proof I like cats. And I just fell in love with the teal and the blue. Can you tell I love blue at the moment? And how hypnotizing these cat's eyes are. Just take a look. Anyways, I thought, okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it with this 30% discount on fabric. Da. So I couldn't really decide on which lining I want for this bag, and I went for both because I thought, well, this is kind of like a neutral, so it would be handy to have anyway. So here we are. This is my future couple of bags. Coming. And that's not all. Hold on. I also went, there's a confession coming. Somebody in this household reportedly has a room full of yarn. And even though this yarn is sort of not really stash, it's a shop, it's sort of stash as well. Anyways, I went to the de-stash event organized by Creative Fibre, which was a big hit. And instead of selling some of my stash, I bought a lot of yarn. But in my defense, they were like yarns that I could not get here because of the shipping is so expensive. So yeah, I bought this book from Julie, and it's Interpretations Volume 7, because I love this lady. Haunui-holic has the most beautiful designs, and actually this one I'm really looking forward to making because it just looks like a butterfly, doesn't it? And it seems like it would be such a fun and mindless and beautiful knit. So there's another, yeah, actually this stripy cardigan looks quite cool as well. And although it's an old book, I don't have any of these patterns, and I thought that I looked through them and oh, this one, I think this one is gorgeous. I think, what is it called? Changing Paths. It's sort of like a simple sweater with like lace on the cuffs. And I'm into that. I'm into some simple patterns with like a one monochrome. Other than that, I also bought some Labianeme, and I got some hedgehog fiber and some other yarns that I'm not even showing you because I feel a bit embarrassed. Not really, or maybe, but you will see them once I decide what I want to make with them. One of them is gorgeous. It's mohair and singles, Labianeme, same colorway, which is There Goes My Yarn Diet. So appropriate. So I bought that and I was laughing and I was like, okay, this needs to be something like an Elton by Haunui-holic or something. Stripe of mohair, stripe of the thing, or all together for a ranunculus, which I'm still yet to do. So the last thing, please don't go away. There's last exciting thing that I want to show you. So I don't think I told you, no, but when Bonnie from the Union Fiber has announced that she will be doing the Fiber Club, I was like, ooh, me wants this fiber. And then I was like, no, Marina, you are doing fiber clubs yourself. You are surrounded by fiber, like I'm suffocating in fiber and fiber, like a lot of fiber around me. But then I was like, but this is Bonnie, and she does such an amazing job of dyeing and choosing colors, and she's just a lovely human being that I wanted to support her. Actually, she didn't need my support. It sold out very quickly. Anyways, I subscribed. So I'm getting the fiber club from her, and it arrived. By now you probably would have already received yours or seen the reveal online, so I don't think it's any spoiler in showing it to you. It came in this beautiful, beautiful paper wrapped up, and oh god, it was so beautiful. So this is the fiber, and it is Haunui. How amazing. So it's 100% New Zealand Haunui fiber fog, the same one that I dyed my green with. Oh, look at this, guys. Oh, I think maybe they want to be married. Maybe not. So, Union Fiber Club, Mystery Fiber Club, August colorway, the Selkie Bride. So what I loved about this club is that Bonnie has included this kind of letter looking with a print paper with the Selkie Bride story. And it was quite interesting to read, although it was quite disturbing that tales like that were told before. It's about a maiden who kind of, like a farmer, gets fascinated by a young girl who is a Selkie, and he basically steals her seal skin and takes her for his bride, even though she didn't want to be a bride. So, a bit like, I have 2 young daughters, and every time I think about things when they are gonna be younger, teenagers and everything, I get all protective mother thingy. Anyways, this came with a beautiful card, thank you card, and some sweet treats, which were not eaten yet, but now that I will show them to you, will be. Some puka tea, vanilla chai, Macintosh, and Hokey Pokey Crunch. So if you're not in New Zealand, this would be amazing to try out some of our local. Oh, this smells so good. I think I will drink it. Cinnamon and vanilla. Oh, it smells so good. I love it when a club also kind of tickles your other senses. But Bonnie also included something for a little animal, and this is just because she knows that I make little cute animals, and before I ordered some yarn from her to make up cat. So look at that, she's included a really, really beautiful skein in this gorgeous, this is so her. She is a master of this moody, earthy colors, and she's amazing. Okay, if you are into earthy tones and not all of my crazy bright colors, you definitely go and support Bonnie and check out her. She started a YouTube channel. Yes, I'm gonna link that below. She's giving some tutorials on how to dye your own fiber. How amazing is that? Yeah, thank you so much, Bonnie. You're amazing. And I cannot wait for my next fiber club. Ooh, and I'm also excited to learn more stories from you. So that's all, guys. I hope this video is not like ridiculously long, but if you stayed up till now, maybe you would like to subscribe and like this video, because your support means a lot and it makes me motivated to do more. And plus, it helps the other people find me, the crazy Haunui-holic, New Zealand born Russian indie dyer. All these hats that I wear. So excuse me if I was a little bit too bubbly today, but yeah, why not? I'm just happy everybody left the house. It's all left to me so that I can do my recordings, I can dye some more yarn, I can prepare all the lunches in peace, I can maybe even do some knitting on the little nose,
and yeah, share all of that with you. So thank you so much for sticking around, and see you very soon. Bye.